So if you are visiting Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and you love eating, well, this is going to be an absolute foodie paradise for you. And if you're from the United States, then your dollar will go a really long way. But how far can you go? Well, today we're about to find out with 50 ringgit. So 50 ringgit is around 11 US dollars. And so I'm gonna see how far I could go with $11 for the entire day. So the first place we're gonna start is one that you would not expect, especially if you're coming from the United States. And that is quite simply the Pavilion Mega Mall in Bukit Bintang. Because in the United States, when you think of mall food, high quality and low cost is not something you think of. But in Kuala Lumpur, it's the complete opposite. It's very high quality at very good prices. And so we're gonna start off with some breakfast options because it's still early. And I'm gonna show you some of the places that you can get great deals. And also some of the price differences, even if it's in the same place. And so if you're looking for breakfast stuff, and here I'm just talking about like maybe pastries and coffee, and not necessarily an entire breakfast. Let me show you the option that I think most people go to whenever they come to the pavilion for the first time. So as you're walking through, you're gonna see Arabica coffee house. There's Toys R Us up there. But as you're walking, you see stuff like Gongcha. And then as you get a little bit further down this main entrance, you see the one that I went to, one of the first ones I went to when I got here. And also kind of show you the different pricing that's available. And right now it's around, I think like near 10 in the morning. Most places open at around 10, but some of these coffee bakery places open earlier. And so this is the one that is very popular here. I think it's a chain because I've seen it in the multiple mega malls. And it's this right here. It's Paris baguette. Now they do have food here as well, but let me show you the pastry costs, okay? So we'll come here, and you're looking at, for croissant, 9.90 ringgit or 10.90 ringgit. So here's 13.90 ringgit, 11.90. So anywhere from 11 to 15. There's also some other ones right here. There's 7.9 ringgit, 8.9 ringgit, 7.9 ringgit. So a variety of costs here. And there's also dining options here as well. But it's gonna be pretty expensive, 25 ringgit, 36 ringgit. And the thing is, you'll notice about the coffee, it's not as cheap as you think. Like, I don't know if you can see, but up there, lattes, Americano, cappuccino, they're like 14 to 15 ringgit, and then 16 ringgit for ice. And so you're basically spending nearly half your budget just for a coffee and a bakery if you come to a place like this. So if you go past the Paris baguette, there's also some other options here. There's coffee academics, but there is one that I see a lot of. It's also a chain, and that is coffee, bean, and tea leaf. And let me see if I can find the menu here, just to kind of show you what they have. So here, you have the breakfast all day, and you're looking at 29 ringgit, 30, 34 ringgit, so it's pretty pricey for having a breakfast. And here's the coffee, and this is what's surprising, is the coffee is not cheap. So look at that, latte is around 14.80 ringgit for small, 15.80 for regular. Cappuccinos 14.15, caramel 17.18, Americano 15.16. So basically, if you just got the coffee alone, for the prices, some of these you could get an entire meal or even more depending on where you go. And so that's just an example of some of the main ones if you just walk in. So let me show you the more value options, okay? And right here we have the coffee spots, but if you go next to it, right here, there's gonna be an escalator that will take you down to a special area if you love food. And so that's where I'm gonna be going. So I'm gonna be heading down here. There's more shops down here. So go ahead and head down here from level 3. All right, so head down here. Then on level 1, this is where you're going to find the food and beverages, and it opens at 10 a.m. And this is where you're going to find not only really great high quality food, but great value. So there's also a supermarket in here when you come in, the Mercado. But I'm coming here to the food court. And this is what I was really surprised about. I mean, there's food courts in every mall, but the ones in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia are simply amazing. But what's also amazing is the price. In the same mall, I'm able to find basically very similar types of food at a much lower price. And so the one that's really popular for pastries is this company called Lavender, and it's right here. And let's see if some of the stuff is out here. I'm not sure if it is, but if it's not out here, there's another one nearby as well. They're still putting some of the stuff out. But I've actually eaten from Lavender, and the prices are really good. So, okay, they don't have any out, so I'm gonna go to another one. If you're here at this part of the court, Food Republic, the Pavilion Elite, Fahrenheit, you'll find this place right here called Komugi. And they have a wide assortment of baked goods, and I've eaten here before, but check out the prices. 350 ringgit, 260, 350, croissants, 580. A wonderful option, 690 for all of this. So great options at a much lower cost than what we saw upstairs. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this special raisin for 480 ringgit. And all you do is get a tray, and there's some tongs here, and you get what you want, then you pay up at the front. So I was able to get my croissant for 480 ringgit. Now it's time for some coffee, and it's not far. It's right across Food Republic. I'm gonna go here to the hot and cold, and this is gonna be a lot better price versus the coffee we saw upstairs. And the Malaysian coffee here is Kopi, and there is a franchise that sells Kopi, but I'm just gonna come here and see what they have here. And I'm not familiar with all the different types of coffee, but there is one that I think a lot of people love drinking. But as you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but the iced coffee is $6.90. And let me see the hot ones. There it is. There's Teh O, Teh C, Kopi O, Kopi. So I'm just gonna get the Kopi hot at 460 ringgit. Okay, so I got my Teh O for 440 ringgit. And the main drink here, even though they call it coffee, this is actually pulled tea. So it's Teh Tarik, Kopi, and it's very similar. It's pulled tea along with condensed milk, and that's like the basic. There are many different variations, but that is typically Malaysian coffee, pulled tea with milk. But all of this together, it's gonna be about 9 ringgit and 20, okay? So basically, let's just say 10 ringgit for my breakfast, so that leaves me 40 ringgit left for the rest of the day. Okay, so if you're wondering what the prices are like, it really depends. You look through here, but you know, 15 to 25 is the norm for most places. So here's some different prices, 25 ringgit, 20 ringgit. Then there's some that are less than that right here. So here you can get bento boxes, udon, starting at 15, 17, 14, a whole bunch. Okay, so in these food courts, in these mega malls, you probably noticed that the pricing is really good. It's not too much higher than what you would get if you actually ate outside. For the most part, you're probably spending anywhere from 15 to 25 ringgit for most of the food here. But if you get something like a combo or a set, you might be spending anywhere from 25 to 35 ringgit. But overall, if you do come here to these malls and the food courts, you're gonna get really high quality food at, I would say, exceptional value, especially if you're coming from the United States. And at least for me, realistically, this is where I eat most of the time because I love the food, the pricing is great, and it's nice and air conditioned, very comfortable, because here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, most of the times it's very hot and humid, and honestly, I don't like being outside too much if I can avoid it. Okay, so now it's lunchtime, have about 40 ringgit left, and there are plenty of options in and around the city And to be honest with you, you could eat everything in the mall if you wanted to, but we want to explore and see what else it has to offer. So let's go ahead and check this out. This is not too far away from the TR Exchange. It's right next to me. That's TR Exchange Mall. But across the street, you'll find restaurants. And there's plenty of these in and around the city. Of course, there's Malaysian food, but there's also a lot of Chinese, Indian, Thai, Korean food. And I'm gonna try to get out of rain because it is raining. So, what are some of the prices you can expect? Well, 18 ringgit will get you some food here. And this is like Chinese food, so there's plenty of food here. And Chinese sounds good to me right now. And then what else do we have? This clay pot seafood porridge right here. And yeah, this is the clay pot seafood porridge. Let me see what we have here. Let's see over here. And some of these you actually have to go look at the menu to see the prices. I don't know what the prices are here. There's some more Chinese. Here are the different prices. Stew soup, 8 ringgit. So definitely within budget. Then we have more Chinese food over here. Yeah, so I think I might get Chinese food. I haven't eaten as much Chinese food here, but check this out. Wow, a lot more. All right, so let me go ahead and go around and make my decision. Okay, so I decided to come to this place called Mi Tari. Right here, this is a Chinese restaurant. And as with most Chinese restaurants, they have an extensive menu. And this is a really nice place. And here is the dish that I have. And it's actually a combo, as you can see here. So you get your main dish, you get drinks, and some side dishes. And the awesome thing is, if you do decide to come here during lunchtime, they normally have specials. So I got all of this for 18 ringgit, which is approximately $4 US. So not only is that within my budget, but I'm pretty sure this is gonna be good food because you really can't beat the value and the quality of food that you get here in Kuala Lumpur. And wow, I love noodles and soup, so it has this, but it also has other dishes. There's meat and there's some egg. And of course, I got my drink. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some chopsticks because I don't see any here. Okay, so as usual, what I typically like to do is taste the broth first before I actually put anything else in it. There's some hot sauce and chili that I might put in there, but I'm gonna taste this right now. That's good, but I would say this one, you might need to add a few things. It's not quite as flavorful. I'm not saying that it isn't flavor, but some of the other noodles I had, it has a lot of flavor. So you could add things like soy sauce or chili sauce. So I'm gonna add this chili sauce because I do like the taste of it. I mean, I'm not saying it's not good because it is. It's just that all the other noodle places that have been here, you could taste the flavor right away. It's a lot stronger. I'm gonna mix this. Taste it again. I love chili. Oh yeah, I like that. And it's not just chili, it's a mixture of other stuff. Soy sauce, I'm okay with. This is good the way it is. I'm gonna go ahead and add this meat in here. Typically, this is meat that you add, but who knows, you can eat this separately if you wanted to. The eggs, that's a different thing. I don't think I've ever had eggs with it. Yeah, it's usually stuff that you put in with your noodles. Okay. Oh. And I will say, at least for me, the noodle quality here in Kuala Lumpur has just been really, really good. I mean, this doesn't taste like the normal noodles that I have in the US. I'm gonna taste these noodles. That's soft. Softer noodles. So let me give you a closer look at what I have here. So as you can see there, it's all mixed in. I put the meat in there, I put some of the chili sauce, and that does definitely bring in more flavor and more spiciness. That is good. And then I'm gonna taste the egg. I don't know if it's just regular egg or they put other stuff with it. Good. Let's try this out. I'm not sure if you're supposed to put egg with this noodles because I've never had this style before. Very simple but good, but honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and just put it in here. I'm not sure if you're supposed to, but I've had eggs with noodles. Yeah. This is, honestly, for the price, it is really, really good. I mean, better than most noodles that I have in the US. The more I eat it, the more I like it. So yeah, for 18 ringgit, amazing. Okay, so that was a really, really, really good meal for 18 ringgit. Man, you just gotta love eating here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Not only is the food amazing, but for the most part, you know, it's gonna be a great value, especially if you're coming from places like the US. And so yeah, that is the second place. So 10 ringgit for breakfast, 18 ringgit for lunch. So that's 28 ringgit total, at least about 22 ringgit left in my 50 ringgit budget. Okay, so for dinner, I thought at first about going to a food or hawker stall, but I did want something a little bit healthier. So I'm here at the grocery store or the Mercado in the mall. So let's go ahead and see what we can find for around 20 ringgit. All right, so the first thing that I'm getting is definitely some salad. I love eating salads, and it's always good to get your veggies in. And let me see, which one should I get? This is around 7.99 or 8 ringgit. So I'm gonna get this spinach quinoa salad. That'll be the first thing. So that'll be the main part of my dinner. Okay, so that's 8 ringgit. So that means I have 12 left in my budget. Let me see what else is available. Lots here in the supermarket, so I also want some mixed nuts as well. So these are party snacks with anchovy, peanuts and anchovy, 190 ringgit. And let me also get some honey peanuts, also 190 ringgit, so that's 4 ringgit. So that means I have about 8 ringgit left for something to drink. I'll just go ahead and get some oolong green tea. This is 180 ringgit. So that basically leaves me with 6 ringgit left in my 20 ringgit budget. Okay, so this is on sale. It's kiwi green. It's normally 9.90 ringgit. Now it's 6.99 ringgit. So I'm pretty sure at 7 ringgit I'll still be within my budget. So I'll go ahead and get that. Get some fruits. I love some kiwi. Okay, so that was slightly above my 20 ringgit, 25 ringgit. So that's everything for my 50 ringgit or $11 day challenge for food here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So let's go ahead and add everything up. So the first one I had is some bakery stuff, a croissant, 480 ringgit. Next one that I had was for some tea, some Tao hot tea, for 40 ringgit. And then for lunch, I had a Chinese combo set for 18 ringgit. And then finally, the big one for dinner, I actually went to the grocery store, and this was 25 ringgit, so 25.08. Let's go ahead and add all of this up. So I start off with 480 ringgit, then 440 ringgit, then 18 for lunch, and then for dinner, the supermarket, 25 ringgit. So that comes out to 52.2 ringgit. So let's round it up to 53 ringgit. How much is that in US dollars? So we'll go ahead and put that in, 53. That is $11.98 for the whole day. I was slightly above my 50 ringgit challenge, but I think for all of this and getting a lot of great food plus some groceries as well, you really can't beat that here. So if you are in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and especially if you're from the United States, your money can go a really long way without sacrificing on the quality of food that you get. So if you actually had any thoughts on this, be sure to leave in the comments down below, and I'll see you on another episode.